Okay. Why don't we have a wee lie down, sitting down and relax into the floor. So we're just going to tune into how we're feeling tonight. How our bodies are feeling. What's going on in the minds. And start to pay a wee bit of attention to our breathing. Taking some nice full deep breaths in and out through the nose if you can. Starting to let the body relax down into your mat. So let's do a wee scan around the body and see how it's feeling tonight. You might have lain down on your mat and discovered that you're not all that comfortable lying flat out on the floor. So if that's the case, just adjust your position a little bit. Maybe bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet onto the floor. Or if you're feeling okay, just settle down there. Start to let go of any unnecessary tension in the body. Start to take the breath all the way down into the lower abdomen. So really soften the tummy. Make lots of room for every breath in and breath out. You can notice the air passing in and out of your body. Hopefully using the nose if you can. And just letting the tops of the shoulders start to relax a wee bit so that you've got a little bit more space across the sternum. A bit of softness across the heart. Making some nice long deep breaths. So we can use our breath to help to change the way we feel. So if you're feeling a little bit sluggish and a little bit sleepy right at the start of the session, you can focus a wee bit more on your inhales. Take a few nice deep inhales and let your exhales be a little more passive, and that'll help to make you feel a little bit more lively. Or if you're feeling a little bit agitated, mind's a little bit busy, then maybe focus a little bit more on your exhales. So you can take a bit more attention and make the exhales a little bit longer. Let the inhales more or less happen by themselves. I'm really feeling that movement in the lower belly now. So if you're not sure if your tummy's moving when you're inhaling and exhaling, you can always put your hand on your tummy and then you'll feel it. It will rise and soften and fill as you breathe in. And it'll sink back down again as you breathe out. We're going to pay quite a wee bit of attention to our breathing tonight. And we'll also get a few nice stretches in. We'll add in a couple of little twists and some side stretches as well, just to give us that nice spring feeling. So just another couple of nice, long, steady breaths, lying still, and then we'll start to find a wee bit of movement coming into the body. So maybe just those first little movements in the fingers and toes, a little bit of movement coming into the feet and the ankles and the hands and the wrists. Just gradually building up the movement that's going on. And then we're going to start to draw the knees in towards the chest. So we're pulling these knees in towards us. Taking a couple of moments to rock a little bit from side to side and just let the whole of the back of the body ease and free off into your mat. Nice, and then just coming back to being nice and still. And we're just going to keep the right knee in towards the chest and let's stretch that left leg away from us. Have that left heel down on the floor. It's got that nice long, heavy left leg anchoring us down into the mat, and the right knee just drawing in towards us, closer and closer. Letting all those tissues at the top of the leg just release out and relax. Keeping up those lovely conscious breaths the whole time, so really feeling that you're bringing the air into your body, energy, strength, and releasing any toxins or any old air with every exhale. Nice, now let's turn this into a wee gentle twist. So we're just going to take the left hand onto that upper knee, let your right arm just drape out on the floor and relax, and then we'll take that right knee across the body to the left side. So you end up rolling up gently onto the left side of your body, so you can feel those muscles and bones on the left side of the ribs and the hip and the shoulder all relaxing into the floor. You feel that first nice opening across the shoulder and the chest. Lots of room for some nice deep breaths into those right ribs. Expanding into the lungs. Filling every space with fresh energy, fresh prana, new air. Lovely, and then we're going to come back to the centre again. Let's come back to the centre. Keep that right knee up towards you though, and then really draw the tummy down towards the floor. So you really want to switch on these lower abdominal muscles. Get that feeling that you're trying to keep your rib cage down near the floor. And we're going to just start to lift that left heel up away from the mat. So you're just lifting it a few inches, not too high. Start to feel that wee bit of activation of the lower abdominal muscles. Maybe a wee lift on the pelvic floor. And we can even open up those toes and stretch the foot, make some space between the toes. There's a nice strong left leg. And then if you want to deepen that a little bit, we can take the arms and release them out to the side, and then lift that right leg up, high, up towards the ceiling, opening your toes again, stretching up, but keeping these abdominal muscles switched on, and even the muscles at the sides of the tummy helping to keep the rib cage down near the floor. So you don't want your lower back to arch up too much. Lovely, and then a big exhale, and we'll draw these knees in towards us and relax that tummy. So we take a wee rock from side to side, help the tummy to relax easily again. Lovely, and then we're going to keep that left knee drawn in towards us, but I have the right leg extended, so the right heel's now on the floor, and the left leg drawing in towards you, releasing any tension out in the body. Nice, so you can take these lovely big deep breaths and feel the diaphragm and the tummy all moving, getting that little bit of a detox maybe into these abdominal organs as they all squash in against each other, and then flush out again as you release. Nice. And then let's turn this into a nice gentle twist over to the right side. So right hand onto that knee, relax your left arm out to the side, and we'll ease that knee across and over towards the floor. So again, feeling that nice relaxed feeling of the ribs and the muscles on the right side now, just easing down into the floor,
relaxing there. Noticing the sensations, maybe across the left hip, maybe in the shoulder, across the chest. Right, then we'll come back round to the centre, so rolling that round, keeping that knee in towards you though. We're going to do that little bit of work in the abdomen again, so really pulling the belly button down towards the floor, we lift in the pelvic floor, and we're just going to ease that right heel up away from your mat. So up a few inches away from the floor. That's a nice strong leg, the kneecap nicely engaged in towards the leg. And we're opening up these toes and not forgetting to breathe, keep breathing. And if you want to go a wee bit deeper, just draw these abdominal muscles in, hold your rib cage near the floor, relax the arms out to the side and lift that left leg up. Big stretch up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. One more big inhale and exhale. And then we're going to draw these knees back in towards us again. Nice. Let's have a wee rock from side to side. Get these tummies all relaxed again. And then we're going to take the soles of the feet onto the floor so that we can really feel that first kind of contact between the feet and the mat. Let's take a wee moment to see what you can feel with your feet. Maybe you can feel the sensations of different temperature between the sole of your foot and the top of your mat. Maybe you can feel the texture. Nice. I'm just going to turn this into a wee bit of a nice little gentle back bend. So just getting your feet ready so that they're pointing straight ahead. And you want your knees to point out straight ahead of you when you lift as well. Relax your arms down by your side and we'll lift and lower for 5 times using our breathing as a nice timer. So we're going to inhale, start to peel the tailbone up away from the floor, pushing into the feet, lifting up towards the top of the back. And then when you're ready to exhale, exhaling back down, feeling each little bone coming back down onto your mat again. A wee tiny pause and then we start to inhale again, inhaling and lifting up. And then exhaling, sinking back down. Keep going, another 3 of those in your own time. So some of us will breathe a bit faster and some a bit slower. So just count the next 3 for yourself. And just check that your weight's quite evenly balanced between your feet. The knees are coming out straight ahead, out in front. And when you get to the lift up of that third one, let's just stay up for 3 breaths. So we're lifting up. Maybe we can lift the hips a wee bit higher and relax across the collarbones. How are you going to push it into those knees so you get that lovely stretch up the front of the thighs. And the knees don't want to flop out to the side, they just want to go straight ahead. Nice deep breaths. And when you get to the end of that third breath, we're just going to exhale together and I'll come back down onto the floor. Sinking back down. Lovely. And we're going to do one more twist before we come up. So we're going to take the sole of the foot, lift it up, the right leg, lift it up towards the ceiling. Take the ankle there onto the base of your quad muscles just above the knee. And we're going to start to rock a little bit from side to side. Rocking side to side, making a bit of a figure 4 shape with the legs. And just eventually rocking over so that your foot comes down to the floor. And let the side of the left leg, side of the ankle and the foot all stay down on the floor as well. Feel that lovely twist across the right side of the hip. And you're just looking to be relaxed everywhere else if possible. So you want to feel some ease in the posture. Just settling into it. Breathing. Nice, and we're going to roll back up. So just engaging the tummy a wee bit to help you to roll back up. Let's swap legs. So the right one can go down, left one can go up. And then bring it to rest. Just at the bottom of that muscle again. A few rocks from side to side, just to get us going. And then eventually rocking all the way over. So that foot comes down. And the side of your right leg, all down onto the mat. And then see if you can relax. And start breathing again. Nice. one more big deep breath in and out, and then we can rock up again. Up we come. Lovely, and then we can release that foot down. So why don't we get ourselves up to sitting now? We can rock up or roll up. And then we'll get ourselves nice and comfortable. Okay, so let's just sit with a nice tall spine. Sit nice and tall. And you want to feel both of your sit bones on the floor. So really getting that feeling of being settled into the floor. And if you're not very comfortable sitting like that, then sometimes it's quite nice to maybe roll up the back of the mat and sit on a wee extra. Or get a little block or blanket and just tuck them under. And we sit up nice and tall from there. And just get that breath back again. So let's just spend a couple of minutes doing some nice full yoga breaths together. And then we can turn that into a wee bit of equal ratio breathing as well, Samadhi. Okay, so first of all, we're thinking about the lower belly. And we're really softening it and relaxing it. And then start to feel that when you're breathing in, the tummy fills up. So let that tummy really fill up. When you breathe out, sinks back again. Empties, the navel back towards the spine. But you keep your heart lifted, so keep that lower sternum nice and tall. So 2 or 3 nice long deep breaths into the tummy. And if you're not sure if the tummy's moving, of course you can put your hand on it and get that feeling of noticing the movement. And then when you're happy that the tummy's moving with the inhales and the exhales, let's include the ribs as well. So we're going to inhale into the tummy, fill it up, and then let the ribs expand out to the sides as well. So we get that nice container filling up with air. And as you breathe out, the ribs kind of squeeze back in again, and the breath empties out and the tummy draws in. And then if you're happy that your tummy's inflating and your ribs are expanding and then contracting again, you can move up to the third part, up to the collarbone. So we're going to inhale all the way into filling the tummy, fill the ribs, and then expand out and out to the side, and then right up into the collarbones as well. So we get that wee feeling of tiny bit more space for air. And then when we breathe out, it's collarbones emptying, ribs coming back in again, and then the tummy finally emptying as well. Carry on and do 3 more of those. Really like that feeling of, it's almost like a big wave filling up at the front. And you keep your heart high and you exhale. And then after we finish with those 3, let's see if we can turn it into Samadhi, into equal ratio breathing. So what we do is we inhale that full yoga breath, inhale for the count of 3, and then we hold the breath in for a count of 3, and then we exhale for a count of 3, and then we hold the breath out for a count of 3. But if you don't like holding your breath in or out, then just carry on with the inhales and the exhales with the counting in mind. So let's do one together, a big exhale. When we start to inhale into the tummy, ribs, collarbones, that's 1, 2, 3. And then hold your breath for 1, 2, 3. And then we'll exhale for 1, collarbones, ribs, 2, tummy. Hold it out for 1, 2, 3. Let's make it 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 4. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out for 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep going with that in your own time for another 3 of them. And it can sometimes help to picture a square, so you're kind of inhaling up the one side, holding your breath along the top, exhaling down the other. Holding the breath again. Keeping that lovely tall spine. Feeling that nice relaxation.
And this Samavriti breathing, this eco-racial breathing, it's a nice steadying breath, a nice centering breath. If you're going about your day and get a bit busy, it's a bit hectic, or you're feeling a little bit not too centred, then you can turn to your full yoga breathing or your Samavriti breathing just to help to bring you back to your own sort of centred self. Okay, so when you get to the end of that last, holding the breath for 4, you can just relax, return to normal breathing for a couple of breaths. Now, let's get ourselves moving a wee bit in case we've got a bit cooler, we're starting to get a bit sleepy for all of this steady, calming breath. So we're going to inhale, lift the heart up, and exhale, just reach way out in front of you, and let the hands just roll down onto the floor as far as they go. Rest the elbows down if they'll go, and stretch out the back of the body. Having a couple of breaths there, then we'll bring ourselves up for a wee counter pose. So we're going to inhale, bring ourselves back up to sitting, and then back onto the hands, just point the fingers towards the front of your mat and open the heart and the chest. And you can make your own mind up about your neck, so you can either keep the chin tucked in, or you can take the head back. Just depends on how the neck and the throat are all feeling tonight. Lovely, inhaling, coming back up to the centre. Let's take the soles of the feet onto the floor. We'll do our first wee forward fold, but let's have the knees bent for the first one so we can get that nice feeling of opening the lower back. So we're going to inhale and lift up again. And then exhaling, bring the tummy, the ribs, the chest, everything down to meet your thighs, and then just let yourself drape over, relax the neck. A couple of breaths there, just feeling that nice opening in the lower part of the spine. It can get a bit niggly at times, so it's a lovely thing to do to ease out the lower back. And we're breathing the whole time. So we might even be getting a wee detox by this squashing of the tummy against the legs. Then we're going to inhale, bring ourselves back up, move into a wee counter pose for that. So just hands into the floor behind you. Again, just opening the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you can have the chin tucked or lifted back. Depends what you feel like tonight. Lovely, then inhaling, draw the tummy in, bring ourselves back up again. We're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, drape over these legs again, and then once we're sort of settled, get hold of your toes. You put your first 2 fingers around your big toes, and you can start to inch your heels away from you, just as far as you feel comfortable, sliding them away, still keeping that nice open feeling in the lower back. And this is the first couple of forward folds, so you might not go all the way down. Just see what feels like a nice stretch for now. And next, we're going to inhale, bring ourselves back up, back into that wee counter pose. This time with the straight legs, and you can keep the bottom down on the floor for the first one. Point the toes, inhale, open up, squeeze the heart, the back of the heart, shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. Lovely, and then back up again, and let's do one more forward fold like that. So you could have your legs out in front of you, maybe you still want to keep the knees bent, just see how you feel. Snappy. There we go. Take a nice big inhale, reach it up, and exhale, set the hands away. Remember that nice feeling of the openness in the lower back. You're still looking for that, even though you're in a nice deep forward fold. So nice long stretch out. Let's take a few breaths there, and just let the backs of the legs start to open. Nice deep breaths. So just like the other posture, you're looking for a wee bit of relaxation, ease here. So check to make sure you're not grabbing on too tight and making your shoulders stiff. Make sure your jaw's nice and relaxed. Lovely, and then we're going to lift up, so we're going to inhale, draw ourselves back up. Let's move right into Purvottanasana this time, so hands into the floor behind you, nice space across the collarbones, and then point the toes into the floor, and lift up, nice and high. Easier said than done. Nice deep breaths, so just pay into your cramp, lift it up. Yeah, it feels so very common to get cramped, doesn't it? Now when it's time to come back down, lots of control, taking ourselves down carefully, sitting down, lovely. Right, we're going to move into Janu Shirshasana, so let's take the left foot in, bring it in against the inner thigh, And we want to sit up nice and tall again, so really find these sit bones. Sometimes when we move around, we end up kind of half back in the sit bones, so you really want to get yourself right up onto the centre of the sit bones, and then your spine, you can reach up from there, okay? So, if you relax out to the side, you might find that you're kind of part way off in a diagonal, so that's fine. Let's turn it into a little twist through the waist. For the inhale, lift up, exhale, and turn round towards that bent leg, so round towards your left side. And you've got a couple of levers there that can help you to get a nice twist. You can lean against the bent knee or the extended leg. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. And then we're going to inhale and bring ourselves back round to the centre on the exhale. And one more big inhale and stretch up. Turning around this time and sliding that right hand down the inside of your extended leg, down in the direction of the foot. So down towards the inner ankle, maybe the inner foot arch. And you're just keeping that left shoulder rotating round towards the back of the room. So maybe quite nice to bring this left hand into it now. Take a big nice inhale, stretch the hand round. We're just going to tuck it in at the back of the waist. So we get a wee bit of opening there. Coming into that left side of the body. Nice, then one more big inhale. And then we'll exhale, bringing ourselves round. Let's inhale, stretch up. Exhale, turn towards the extended leg. And then inhale and lift up. And exhale, send the hands forward into Janusha. Reaching forward. So just see wherever the hands end up. So maybe ankle, maybe foot. Again, remember that nice feeling of have a wee gentle bend in the leg. That can be nice as well. Get back to relax. And we'll take some nice deep breaths here. So what sometimes happens is the left shoulder will ease up a little bit and be a wee bit off centre. So you can take your next inhale to sort of lengthen the back out a wee bit more. Bring that left shoulder down a wee bit and then exhale, sink back down. And for the last breath or two, let's make the left foot a nice active foot, so open all the toes away from each other. Pressing that foot down, side of that pinky side of the foot into the floor. A little bit of extra stretch there. Lovely, then we come back up, so we're going to inhale, lift the head, exhale, release the hands. Then we can take that left hand into the floor behind us and get a nice counter pose to that. So a couple of options. You can either keep the bottom on the floor and have a big stretch, or we can really press into that hand and lift up and get a big stretch. Either one, you decide what you feel like doing. So got a big long stretch out. All the way from the fingers to the toes. Breathing the whole time. Lovely. And then it's time to come back down. So lots of control, easing our way back down. Lovely. Now let's take these legs. So we've got the left leg already in position. Just take your right one and tuck it back as well. So you end up with this zigzag shape with the legs. So in a bit of deer pose. And of course then you're a wee bit off to the side. So see if you can lift the spine up, sit up nice and tall. And the right sit bone will be floating above the floor and the shoulder will be flexible. And then we're going to turn round and just drape ourselves over this bent leg, so towards the left. So we're going to turn round towards it. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, just bring yourself down. Nice long front of the body, down towards the mat, down towards the floor. I'm just trying to find a wee space that's comfortable for your head. So if your head's really floating away from the floor, maybe it would be nice to make a little cushion with the hands and fists. Or move a wee bit more to the side. And that way you'll get the chance to then check that you're fully relaxed. So have a wee think about this back leg. The right leg maybe be a wee bit more relaxed and heavy. Maybe the shoulders or the face. Lovely, then we're going to get ready to bring ourselves back up. So bring yourself back up, just pushing the hands into the floor, planting your way back up to the centre. Let's take the legs out in front of us again, we'll swap sides. So we've got the left leg out in front, take the right foot into Jani Shishasana. Okay, and then just like before, if you sit in a nice relaxed way, you'll be a wee bit off to the side, you can start to turn that into a wee twist. Okay. Now take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, just rotate round towards your right side. Round we go. So we've got that lovely tall spine. And then that right shoulder just ease round. Lovely. Nice, and then we're going to exhale back to the centre. Let's go slightly deeper, we'll bring the arm into this time. So we're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, rotate round. We're going to slide that left hand down the inside of the long leg, so down in the direction of the ankle of the foot. See where it is. Get yourself anchored. Wherever the hand's going to get to, and then we'll bring this right arm into us. We're going to inhale, open up it to the side. Exhale, just tuck it in behind your waist. So you've got that right hand coming in towards the left kidney. Nice deep breaths. So it's lovely to get a wee bit of a stretch and a twist into the same one, 2 for 1. Right, so then inhale, bring ourselves back out there. Exhale, this time we're going to turn right round towards that leg, so we're twisting the other way. Inhale, lift your hands up high, and then exhale, send the hands as far forward as you can. So we're heading right into Jani Shishasana now. So just finding out where your hands want to go to. Maybe the foot, maybe the ankle, the shin. Again, just getting comfortable with both sit bones settled on the floor. Sometimes when we move around, one of the sit bones starts to lift up, so let's just make sure they're both still on the floor. Taking some lovely deep breaths. So all the wee adjustments we made on the other side could be made on this side as well. So maybe thinking about the right shoulder, when you take your next inhale, you can take a nice inhale. Lengthen up and away a little bit from the leg, and then exhale and just settle the shoulders down more level towards the leg. And maybe making that right foot a nice active one, so you've got that pinky edge of the foot pressing down into the mat, helping you with that wee bit of forward reach. Lovely, then we're going to inhale, bring ourselves back up, and remember what comes next. Maybe we counter pose, so we'll take the hand into the floor behind us, and we point these toes, and again you can stay seated, or you can lift all the way up, get that big stretch. And maybe even soften a wee bit in that right elbow, so you get a wee bit of extra effort in the arm. Breathe in the whole time. Lovely. Then we're coming back down, so with lots of control, exhaling down, bringing ourselves down. So we've got the right leg ready for moving into low pose. Just move the left one, so just tuck it in behind you, bringing ourselves to sit up into deer. Nice, and again it's that first, sit down and first feel a wee bit off to the side, see if we can lift up through the spine nice and tall. Then we're going to inhale, lift up again, exhale, turn around towards this right leg, and then we're just going to take our weight all the way down, drooping down towards the floor. Just finding that nice wee bit of release into the floor. Nice deep breaths. So check all around and see if there's anywhere you could be a little bit more comfortable. So maybe you could make that back leg a tiny bit heavier. Maybe you could relax the face of the jaw. One more nice breath there. Now we're going to get ourselves ready to come back up. So you're just pressing into the floor here, bring yourself to come back up. Let's just come and sit back up in the centre. Give me a breath or two. Sitting up nice and tall again. We're just going to roll over the feet and start cat and cow on the hands and knees. Okay, so rolling over. Over we go. Getting onto the hands and knees, nice and comfortable. Spread the fingers wide apart from each other. So you start spreading the fingers wide here, then remember to do it in downward dogs as well. Get a nice
steady place to work from. And then check what's happening with your elbows. So sometimes the elbows are at the angle where they go out to the side. So you can just rotate your hands a wee bit. And then when you bend the elbows, they'll bend towards your thighs. Quite nice, strong posture for the shoulders. And then we're going to start to move through cat and cow, okay? So we're going to take the spine and lift it up away from the floor. So it's like we're arching the spine like a cat. And we can lift the tummy up away from the floor as well. And then we're moving in the opposite direction and we soften down and we soften the elbows a wee bit. And that lets the heart draw through towards the front. And then we're going to exhale, so breathing out, bringing the spine up away from the floor, tucking in with the chin towards the pelvis. And then opposite direction again, inhaling. Letting the spine flow through, letting the heart ease forward. Do another one in your own time, so you're exhaling, arching the spine. Good, so pushing up the way. And then exhaling, inhaling another. Exhaling, lovely. And going back to neutral, and we'll just sink down into child's pose, down into balasana. So the big toes are together, knees are a bit apart, sinking down. So you've always got your balasana, child's pose to come to any time when you feel like you want to have a couple of breaths in your own space. Now if you stretch your hands far out in front of you and stick them onto your mat so that we're in a nice straight arm position. We've got a lovely angle then to flow forward into upward dog, and we'll move forward and back into upward dog and back to child's pose 3 times. So we're going to inhale, try and bring that nice feeling of flowing through the spine again, up and over, and then the hips come down towards the floor, and press into the hands and lift up, and then exhaling all the way back. Sinking back again. When it's time to inhale, coming up and forward again, inhaling, up and over. Taking a lovely long stretch to the shoulders, down away from the ears. Lovely, and then we're ready to exhale back again. Taking it out. And then one more coming forward, inhaling, all the way forward. Pressing into the floor with that lovely length in the spine. And then exhale. Just come back to neutral this time, so we're just going to go into hands and knees, and then we're going to tuck the toes under and lift up into downward dog. So we've got that first downward dog. Looking to spread those fingers again. Maybe take a wee paddle. Heel to heel, easing down towards the floor. Just to get yourself nice and comfortable. And then come back to being still. So both heels, let's come up onto the toes. So we're lifting up onto the balls of the feet. And then keep these hip joints up nice and high, and exhale and just send the heels back down in the direction of your mat. Lovely. Nice deep breaths. You just want to let your head relax. So maybe you're looking to the space between the knees, or maybe you're looking towards your belly button. Just relaxing those shoulders. Nice breathing. Lovely. Now we're going to bring ourselves slowly up to standing. So let's tiptoe these feet forward towards the hands. We'll end up in a nice deep forward fold. So we're in Uttanasana. And then we're going to inhale and bring ourselves up. We're coming up to standing. Okay. 4 feet. And we're going to bring the feet in towards each other. It's your bit of Uttanasana, just because I love it so much. Okay. So we're going to get nice strong legs doing this. So we bend the knees, sinking down, soft the ankles. And then we're going to inhale and lift the hands up. So first time, just have the hands apart. See where the shoulders are. Nice deep breaths. So use your nice long deep breaths to help you to stay the side of that a bit lower. Lovely. We're going to press into the feet, inhaling, coming back up, steady the feet a wee bit. We'll do a wee forward fold at the counter close to that. So we're inhaling and lifting up, exhaling, folding forward, and just down towards the floor. And you can take an elbow in each hand and just let yourself dangle down there. Kind of little ragdoll. Let the spine really lengthen, the head relax. Lovely. Lovely. We're going to press into the feet, bring ourselves back up again, back to Utkatasana. We're bringing these feet together again. We squeeze the legs together, sinking down, maybe a wee bit further this time. Inhale and bringing the hands up. Bringing the hands together if your shoulders are okay. Pushing the inner elbows in towards each other. Nice deep breaths. That's uncomfortable in the shoulders, so just keep them apart. Breathe the whole time. I just check that the lower back isn't getting that feeling of being arched too much. Nice feeling of tucking the tailbone under towards the front of your body. Lovely, and then we count to pose, so pressing into the feet, inhale and separate again. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, fold forward, folding from these hip joints, down we go. And this time we're going to get hold of the big toes, so those first two fingers that we used before, just wrap one around each toe. So we're in Padahastasana. And you want your inner wrists pointing in towards each other. So if you were to stick your thumbs out, they'd be sticking out towards the front, towards me. Inner wrists towards each other. Lovely. And then from there we're going to inhale, lift into a wee half lift, so we're really extending the spine. And then exhale and folding forward. Bringing the face in towards the legs. And just lifting the tailbone. And the sit bones nice and high. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. Then we're going to inhale, bring ourselves all the way back up, push into those feet. Bring them back together again. We're going to sink down one more time into Utkatasana. Sinking down. Inhale and lifting up. Bring the hands together, interlace the fingers and point the index fingers up. With that lovely feeling of stretching up the sides of the body. Nice deep breath. Lovely. And one more big deep breath in, and then we're going to bring ourselves back. Nice big inhale, lifting up. Exhale and fold it forward. Let's tuck the hands under this time. So really bend the knees, because you'll probably need to get your hands under. Tuck the hands under your feet to Padahastasana. Once you're standing on your hands, just want to inhale and stretch the spine a wee bit more. Exhale, tuck the face in towards the legs a little. And lift the tailbone up nice and high. Nice deep breaths there. We got our pose to the hands. When you're ready to, we're going to release the feet and inhale and bring ourselves back up to standing. Well done. Right. Let's take ourselves up to the top of the mat, will we? We come stand up at the top of the mat. Take a big inhale and lift it up, looking up towards your thumbs. And then we'll exhale, draw the tummy in, all the way down towards the floor. So we're diving down towards the floor, and just bend your knees so you can either get the fingertips on the floor or you can have the fingertips on the shin. Then we're going to inhale, stretching up, lifting the back of the head. And then we're going to get the hands right onto the floor and take a big step back, all the way back into plank. So both feet are going back. A nice strong plank. Then we're going to get ready to gently pop the knees down. Down we go, inhaling forward into upward dog. And then exhaling all the way back to downward dog. Back we go. Taking some nice deep breaths. Swing those fingers wide apart from each other. So make sure you've got plenty of space between each and every finger. We're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet again, so we're lifting right up, that wee bit of engagement in the lower abdomen. And then just keeping these hip creases high, exhaling and letting the heels head back down towards your mat. One more big deep breath there. And we're going to start to tiptoe the toes in towards us again. And we're just bringing the toes in, so we're going to end up in Uttanasana. That nice deep forward fold, and then inhaling and bringing ourselves up to stand. Take a big step out to the side, so we're going to duck into the window. Take a big step out to the side. Like that.
The little instructions are fantastic, aren't they? Lovely. And then we're just going to turn all the toes so that the sides of the feet are parallel to each other, so your toes are all pointing towards the front. Okay. And we're going to do a nice forward fold from here. So do it. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, folding forward. Draw it in. Heading down towards the floor. Bring the fingertips down to the floor and let your head relax. If your fingertips don't reach the floor very easily, maybe you could separate the feet a wee bit further. Or if they're reaching quite easily, maybe you can get your hands right down onto the floor. And just be nice and relaxed. Lovely. Then one more bite. Inhale and exhale there. And on your next inhale, we're going to press into the feet and start to lift ourselves back up, soft knees. And let's do a nice little shoulder open one. So we're going to inhale, take the arms behind you, exhale and interlace the fingers. Pushing them down towards the floor, and we're going to inhale and lift up, exhale, folding forward. Taking the heart out in front of you and down towards the floor. If you're feeling nicely balanced and you want to work into the shoulders, just lifting those hands away from the lower back. Really getting into the shoulders. And taking a couple of nice long deep breaths there. Nice. Now when it's time to come back up, just letting the hands go back onto the lower back. Inhaling and bringing ourselves all the way back up. Right, take a big step into the top of the mat, one big step in. We're going to get ourselves down onto the floor. Bring the feet together, come up to the top of your mat. Inhaling, lifting up, looking up towards the thumbs. Exhaling and folding all the way down to the floor. And then inhaling, lifting the back of the head, back of the heart. And then exhale, bend the knees, get your hands onto the floor. Big step forward, feet going all the way to the back of the mat. And then we're just going to sink gently onto the knees. Inhale, forward into upward dog. And then we're exhaling all the way back to child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart, and sinking down. It would be quite nice to take the hands down by the sides of the ankles for this one. So we've just got that lovely little rest there for the backs of the wrists. Just noticing what's going on. Noticing how your breathing is, how you feel. Nice, and after the next breath, let's just bring ourselves back up. We're just going to cross the legs, bring yourself up, cross the ankles behind you, just roll over, bring yourself back to sitting. Okay. And let's just take these feet out wide in front of us. So, see if you can still sit up on the sit bones. So you might find you've relaxed back a wee bit. See if you can just press your knuckles into the floor and rock yourself forward. You can really find the middle of those sit bones, and maybe you can pull some of the muscles out from behind so you can really get up onto those sit bones and it's a nice tall spine. Nice deep breath. And then the inhale, lifting up towards the ceiling. And exhale, folding forward. Just reaching out as far as your hands will go. Then we're going to inhale, draw the hands in towards us. All the way up. And exhale. Folding forward. Inhale all the way back into the centre, lifting the hands. Exhale, this time you can stay down. Nice deep breaths. And just start to head back towards that feeling of a nice full yoga breath. So you've got that lovely inhale and tummy getting that wee bit of lift, and then that exhale just helps you to ease down.
Let's just take these fingers and tiptoe them across towards the left foot, so we get a wee bit of a stretch. So if you can keep that right sit bone still nice and down on the floor, not floating up too far away from the floor. Right, so then we're going to tiptoe over to the other side, so over we go. It's maybe not called tiptoes when it's fingers, is it? I don't know what it's called. Just checking that that left sit bone's not rising up too much, let it stay down too. And then we're going to come back to the centre, so let's bring ourselves all the way back into the middle. Inhale, bring the hands in, all the way up and full inhale, and exhale. There we go. Lovely. Let's bring ourselves back in now, so inhale and just come into sitting upright, bring the soles of the feet together, so we're bringing them in to meet each other. Sitting here in Baddha Konasana just before we get down onto our backs. Okay, so we want to just let the soles of the feet peel apart a wee bit, but also to check that we're not rolled back too far, so stay upright, right up on these wee rockers that we're sitting on. And then I'm going to inhale and reach up even higher, and then exhale and take the heart out in front of you, and the chin, so it's a nice long stretch out towards, imagining you could place your heart down on your feet. When you get a chance to have a wee look at these feet as well, make sure they're doing okay. And then you're just letting these hips gently open. So there's always that wee bit of extra gripping and tightness. You just want to let them ease and relax as much as possible. Lovely, then inhale and bring yourself all the way back up again, back up to sit. Okay, let's get these legs a wee shake out and then we can lie down on our backs. Right, so lie down on our backs. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest again, just to make sure everything feels nice and relaxed, and maybe have a few rocks from side to side. And it can be really nice to take the knees in a circle as well, so a hand on each knee, just guide them round in a nice circle. A few circles in one direction, a few in the other. And it might be big circles or it might be small ones. This depends on what feels best. Try it out and see what feels best. And then we're going to come back to being nice and still in the centre. Nice and still. And then stretch your arms out either side of you. So we can move into a lovely supine twist. So we're just going to take a breath or two in the centre. And then just draw the tummy in for a wee bit of support and rock the knees over to the right side. So the knees are heading over towards the right side of your mat and settling down there on the floor. And then just check to see if you need to move maybe your right hand a wee bit further away from you, or if one of your legs or both could relax a wee bit more. And you want both of your shoulder blades to be nice and safe there on the floor. A lovely feeling of nestling down into the mat. And it might be nice for your neck to rotate your head and look towards the left hand, or you might prefer to leave it as it is. You could give it a try and see how it feels. And then just check to see how you're feeling. Maybe it's time for you to move to the other side, or maybe you want to take a few more breaths here. Just notice what's going on in the body, and then decide when it's time to move. And just draw the tummy in for a wee bit of support again. Lifting the legs up and over to the other side. So you end up heading down towards the left side and settling down there. And then again, just checking round to see what you can make more comfortable. And maybe turning the head to look towards the right hand if that's okay for you tonight. And you've got lots of room in the right side of the ribs now, so you've got a lovely bit of extra space. Take those lovely long deep breaths. The kidneys are getting a wee gentle squeeze. And just for the last couple of breaths there, check to see if there's any more relaxed you could be, maybe across the collarbones. Maybe one of your hands needs to shift further away. And then whenever you're ready to, we're just going to use that wee bit of support from the abdomen again. Lift the legs back into the centre. And then we can get ready for a little inversion, whatever one of the couple of choices you want would be best for tonight. You can either keep your back completely on the floor and just lift the feet up nice and high and relax your arms out to the side. Or if you prefer to, you can lift up into shoulder stand. So lifting up into shoulder stand and getting lots of support from the hands on the back of the body and your weight going down into the backs of the arms. So you're just listening in to what's going on in the body. And we can take quite a few breaths in shoulder stand, or sometimes we get up into shoulder stand and decide that we wish we hadn't. So just listening to what's going on. And be sure to come down anytime you feel ready to. If you want to take the toes over into halasana though, you can take them overhead to the floor behind you. And just start to make your way back down onto your back. So just all starting to make our way back down onto the floor now. And then let's just get that nice little bit of stretch through the inner thighs. Just cross your legs at the shins and let the knees fall out to the side. Get that nice little stretch there at the tops of the legs and relax your arms out to the side. So a wee gentle counter pose to that shoulder stand. You might feel that nice arch in the lumbar spine as it's lifting away from the floor. And gentle pressure through the shoulder blades, back of the head. And just check that your neck's comfortable. So you want a wee bit of length in the back of the neck, so it can be kind of nice to maybe lift the back of the skull and place it back down on the floor a wee bit further away from your shoulders. And then after a few more breaths, we want to get ourselves organised and ready for Shavasana. So whenever you feel ready to, you're just going to extend the legs out, down to the end of your mat. And let your feet flop out to either side. And then let your arms rest out to the sides of your body. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Relax.
Just want to scan around the body and make sure it really is completely relaxed. And this is our chance to take all that energy that we just made with our practice, all that prana, and just let it sink into the body. Giving us some strength and endurance. So while we're resting here, let every little bit of the body relax. We're resting in open awareness. We're not trying to sleep. So we'll start at the feet and make sure that they're completely relaxed. If the feet are nice and relaxed, then you can move up into the legs and the calf muscles, the knees, and the thighs, nice and heavy, relaxed, all the muscles switched off. Feel that connection down through the floor. Different bits at the back of the body all resting on the mat. Completely relaxing in the buttocks and the pelvis, just letting the tailbone sink down towards the floor. And then the abdomen, all of those muscles soft and relaxed, the organs all resting, easing away from each other, a little bit of space. And into the ribs and the chest, and across the shoulders. Shoulder blades, nice and soft. The breath's just passing in and out of the body. The body's just breathing itself. Tops of the arms, all of the muscles in the arms, the hands and fingers, relax. And just moving up the neck towards the back of the skull. Nice and soft at the back of the skull. And then that contact with the floor. And then the whole face can relax. So the jaw, the mouth, cheekbones, even all those little muscles around the eye sockets. Eyeballs can sink down towards the floor. And the forehead and the scalp. Any tension, release it down into the earth. Little sounds that come and go, just pass into our awareness and then fade out again. Same with any thoughts, passing into our awareness and then drifting away. And just start to feel these little impulses to move coming back into the body. Well, this movement appearing in the fingers and toes and the hands and the feet. A few deeper breaths. And then whenever you're ready to, just rolling over onto your right side. And you can take a couple of breaths there. Just resting on the right side for a couple of breaths. And then whenever you're ready, you can just press your hands onto the floor and help yourself back up to sitting. And then we can finish off with one nice big Om. Inhaling. And let's take a nice big inhale, lifting these hands up high. And exhaling all the way down to Anahata, all the way to the heart centre. Thanks very much. Namaste.